hype can significantly impact a movie's success. Major films like Avengers Endgame and Barbie benefited from immense buzz, which contributed to their huge financial success. However, excessive hype can also backfire. If a highly anticipated film fails to live up to expectations, the resulting disappointment can negatively affect its box office performance and tarnish the reputation of a cherished franchise. In many cases, such films might have faded into obscurity, but the surrounding hype magnifies their failures and makes them more memorable. So, the 10th most hyped movie that failed to deliver is Star Wars Episode 9: The Rise of Skywalker. The Rise of Skywalker was meant to be the epic conclusion to a 9-film saga spanning over 40 years, but instead, it felt more focused on fixing perceived issues from its predecessor, leaving the sequel trilogy feeling like a missed opportunity. The Last Jedi controversially revealed Rey's parents as nobodies, but Rise of Skywalker backtracks by making her Emperor Palpatine's granddaughter, a twist that feels rushed and poorly developed, like the Emperor's sudden return as the main villain. The result is a disjointed finale that ranks as one of the weakest Star Wars films, delivering a disappointing end to a beloved saga. And the 9th most hyped movie that flopped is The Flash. 2023 was challenging for the DCEU, with Shazam! Fury of the Gods flopping, Blue Beetle becoming the lowest-grossing DC film ever, and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom receiving poor reviews. The most hyped release of the year was The Flash, promoted as a high-quality film with positive test screenings and endorsements from Tom Cruise and James Gunn. However, it failed to live up to the hype. While Michael Keaton's return as Batman was a highlight, the weak plot and Ezra Miller's controversies overshadowed the film. Released just 2 weeks after the critically acclaimed Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, The Flash further disappointed at the box office, reflecting the DCEU's struggles for the year. And the 8th most hyped movie that flopped is Halloween Ends. The Halloween franchise has a history of uneven quality. After the 2018 reboot's success, Halloween Kills disappointed fans with a stagnant plot, but teased an epic Laurie Strode versus Michael Myers showdown. However, Halloween Ends completely derailed expectations, focusing on a new character, Corey, instead of the promised final confrontation. Michael's role is reduced, and the film's bizarre plot ultimately undermines the entire trilogy, leaving fans deeply unsatisfied. And the 7th most hyped movie that failed to deliver is The Mummy. The Mummy seemed destined for success, with Tom Cruise leading the cast, reviving a cherished action-adventure franchise, and launching Universal's ambitious Dark Universe. However, it turned out to be a major disappointment for both fans and general audiences. Unlike Brendan Fraser's previous trilogy, which was full of charm, Cruise's film was dull and forgettable. The plot was weighed down by its focus on expanding the cinematic universe, and even Cruise's star power couldn't elevate the lackluster stunts. The film's critical and financial failure led to the Dark Universe being cancelled before it could produce a sequel. And the 6th most hyped movie on our list that failed to deliver is The Matrix Resurrections. Legacy sequels can be hit or miss. While Blade Runner 2049 succeeded, The Matrix Resurrections fell short. The original Matrix films were known for their groundbreaking action, raising expectations for any follow-up. Despite Keanu Reeves' return and his experience from the John Wick series, Resurrections failed to deliver. The action sequences lacked impact, with unimpressive choreography and poor editing. Although it has some fans, the film largely disappointed as a sequel to the iconic action sci-fi classic. And the 5th most hyped movie that failed to deliver is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was marketed as a significant MCU milestone, introducing Kang, Jonathan Majors, as a major threat following his brief appearance in Loki. However, the film fell short, featuring lackluster jokes, poor CGI, and rushed character development. Kang failed to make a memorable impact, and the movie neither satisfied Ant-Man fans nor effectively set up the anticipated Avengers threat. As a result, Quantumania was a financial disappointment for Marvel. Compounding the issue, Major's subsequent controversies have led to Kang being sidelined, diminishing the film's relevance within the MCU. And the fourth movie on our list is Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. The first three Indiana Jones movies are iconic adventure films, so when Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg returned for a fourth installment, anticipation was high. While Kingdom of the Crystal Skull has its highlights, like the return of Karen Allen as Marion Ravenwood, it falls short of the original trilogy. The film relies too much on CGI, which dilutes the impact of its action scenes and includes bizarre plot choices, like the notorious fridge scene, that strain credibility. Although not a complete failure, it fails to capture the magic of its predecessors. And the third most hyped movie that failed to deliver is Jurassic World Dominion. The original, Jurassic Park, remains one of Spielberg's best, thanks to standout performances from Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. While the sequels saw these actors return separately, it wasn't until Jurassic World Dominion that they reunited, but for one of the weakest entries in the franchise. In this film, the classic cast teams up with the new, Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, in an adventure lacking dinosaurs and burdened with cheesy dialogue. The film misses what made the franchise and characters special, with even Goldblum unable to elevate the clunky script. And the second most hyped movie that failed to deliver is It Chapter 2. In 2017, It revitalized the horror genre with its blend of disturbing visuals and a gripping coming-of-age story, supported by a strong cast including Sophia Lillis and Finn Wolfhard. It became a major financial success for Warner Bros. And was one of the highest-grossing horror films ever, prompting a sequel. However, It Chapter 2 fell short. The horror was less impactful, the plot less engaging, and the lengthy runtime a drawback. Despite notable performances from James McAvoy and Jessica Chastain, and standout work by Bill Hader as Richie, the sequel didn't capture the magic of the original. And the last most hyped movie on our list that failed to deliver is Star Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. In 1999, after a 16-year hiatus, The Phantom Menace was highly anticipated but failed to meet expectations. The film lacked the charm of the original trilogy, burdened by a slow plot focused on politics and trade disputes. Despite the presence of talented actors like Liam Neeson and Natalie Portman, the dialogue felt unnatural. Initial excitement over the pod racing scene and lightsaber duel couldn't compensate for the overall disappointment, marking a lackluster return for the Star Wars franchise. So, which of these 10 most hyped movies did you never expect to be a disappointment? Tell us in the comments. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.